Hi Fenil, I'm Viraj. It was great connecting with you via LinkedIn and discussing more about your brand and your company. It's great to connect with you offline for now. I think we start with the interview if you don't mind.
Hi Viraj, it's a pleasure meeting you, and it's a pleasure to meet a fellow founder as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you so much.
that's great. So, can you just tell me more about what inspired you to start VentureWiz and what problem in the market were you aiming to solve?
I'll start with the latter first. The problem that we are facing as of to date is fundraising is not an easy task. Each and every founder thinks once they connect to a VC, they'll go through the due diligence process and stuff. But 90% of the processes ends after the second call with a VC. So at this time, point, startups either get demotivated or they are. I mean, they might go to some other VCs and stuff, and they face the same challenges. To overcome these challenges, we started VentureWiz. VentureWiz is an investment bank with an idea I mean, bridge to become a bridge between investors and the startups. And to raise funds for those startups, these startups need to be ready before going to a formal meeting with a venture capital or any investor. So we help them like by preparing all the materials for fundraising beforehand. We groom the founders very well. We don't charge a penny before the fundraise has been closed. We
Okay.
work on a success fee basis. We don't charge the startups. We help them as much as we can. That's our mode. And how I started venture is it's a quite funny story. So I used to work under a crazy boss. I won't take his name, but it was my second job, and it was an NBFC, come investment bank. So there we used to take up mandates between say $5 million to up till $100 million. Even there we were sector agnostic, and yeah, I mean, the team size was quite small. It was just me and the founder. So the founder helped me, gave me the charge of the deal. He asked me to run the mandate. He asked me to interact with the investors. He asked me to go to their meetings and stuff. I had no experience in this place. But going to those meetings, seeing the investors asking difficult questions to the founders getting them all stressed up and stuff, I mean, it didn't make me feel good, but at the same time, I realized I got a reality check, like what the fundraising process actually like, how is it done, and what's the whole process. I mean, it was quite a say, good
That's
moment.
great. That's great. I think the second question that I would mainly want to ask you is firstly, what services are you providing apart from fundraising, and what differentiates VentureWiz from other investment banking firms and financial consultancies?
So I wouldn't call it a service. We partner with the founders we work with.
Okay.
So basically, we handhold them throughout the fundraising process. We help them create all the materials first. Then we help them present themselves the way the VC space demands. And at the end, we also get them clients at times. We use our network to connect them with other like-minded people as well. We have created a WhatsApp group of all our founders so that they can interact with each other. If someone has something like linked to someone else, they can share it on that group as well.
Okay.
So we do that.
That's great. Can you elaborate more on the types of clients you typically work with and how you tailor your services to meet their needs?
So we are sector agnostic as you know. So we work with clients with a check size of point 0.5 million to up till say $100 million. So to date we have worked with the FMCG sector, in the FMCG sector, tech space, HR tech. Uh, then we have a lot of clients as such. We have also worked with EPC companies. We have worked with listed entities like Sterling and Wilson and Standard Chartered Bank. So
Okay.
yeah.
That's great. And also, how do you foresee the landscape of fundraising and financial consultancy evolving over the next 5 years? And how is VentureWiz planning to stay competitive in that environment?
To date, I mean, for this year, India has already raised $44 million. We see a projected capital growth of somewhere around 15 to 20 odd percentages every year. We tend to capture at least 1% of the market as of now. And moving compared to our competitors, our services speaks for itself. The way we interact with founders, the way we handle them, the way we help them raise funds, it all matters. Even the smallest of the smallest thing matter to the founders. And that's how we are different from others.
Okay, and if you don't mind, can you tell me a bit more about your current biggest competitor in the market?
So our biggest competitors is Dundees. Those guys have made an excellent platform. So after I close my current deal, I'm sure planning to create a similar kind of a platform, much better with much better services and lower fees.
If
Definitely.
you don't mind telling the ticket size of your current deal that you're going for.
That's an interesting question. So
Yeah.
the current ticket size is 200 crores. We
Okay.
believe we can close it by the month end. Once that's done, we'll help other small founders with their venture by funding them.
Yeah. And what was your recent client that you worked with as of now?
Intern link. It's not a promotion, but yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, amazing founders. We successfully closed an angel check for them. The SHA signing is going to be tomorrow in person, and
Yeah.
that's the time when everyone is coming.
Yes, that's great to hear. I think I'll just ask you one last question, and then we can wrap up with the interview as well. Can you just tell me more about how you manage the relationship between investors, startups, and especially during challenging financial periods, and also how exactly does digital marketing and online presence help in client acquisition?
So during challenging periods, VCs, private equities, all these kind of big players, they tend to stall their investments. So the usual period of getting funded is between 3 to 6 months for any startup. But during such times, VCs introduce themselves to such founders, but they try to stall their investments. So what we do is we try to close angel investments at this point in time. So, I mean, maybe the funders would be small, the check size would be smaller, but we tend to, help the founders survive through this challenging period. Once it's all over, we restart our process and we try to close the deal as soon as possible. And what was the second question? Apologies.
It was mainly on how digital marketing helped you with client acquisition.
LinkedIn has been my number one go-to place to
Yeah.
approach anyone. I mean, it has helped me so far. It has helped me connect with MDs and founders of big companies like Razorpay, Sterling and Wilson, Reliance Group, and yeah, that's pretty much.
Okay, I think that would be enough. Thank you so much for sharing your insights about your company, and we're looking forward to connecting with you again.
Thanks, Viraj. Thanks
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
me.
Yeah, thank you so much.
This was
Done.
fun.
Yeah, finally.